another video episode of my podcast. My name is Cheryl, and this is Cappuccino Crafts, my little channel on YouTube and my little corner of the interwebs where I like to talk about crafts, and I like to chat, and I like to talk about books I'm reading or listening to, and TV or movies, and maybe other YouTube channels that I'm enjoying, and other general life things, and also tea. Today, it is the last 2-3 days, it's felt like summer here, and it's been really sunny and beautiful, but also hot. I think in the 80s, which to a lot, 80s Fahrenheit. Sorry, I can't convert to Celsius. Yeah, I'm sorry. But it's not like inferno heat, and some people would laugh about being hot when it's in the 80s, but it's hot for us here in Washington State, which is where I am living and where I'm making these videos. And yeah, so it is cold brew iced tea time. And today's tea is Asian Pear Harmony from Stash. It is a green tea with some natural pear flavor. And I brewed it with 2 bags. I filled this really full, and I put 2 tea bags in and put it in the fridge. It tastes really refreshing. I'm starting to need the fan blowing in my bedroom at night. Yeah, it's getting to be that time of year. Wow, and today is May 10th. It is Sunday. Also, it is Mother's Day in the United States, which is, it always falls on a Sunday in May. I think the second Sunday, which this is. Today is the second Sunday in May. And so it is, I think, a very unusual, also kind of a special Mother's Day for my mom and I. We're in this house together, and until recently my father was living here with us, and everything is in transition right now. I talked about that in the previous video, the tea chat and catch up. Yeah. So it is the last Mother's Day that Mom and I will be living in the house together, the house that we moved to as a family when my sister and I were both teenagers. So this has been our house for a very, very long time. Now, I haven't lived here every year of all those years. For like, I know, approximately 20 years I was not living here, but yeah. Anyway, so things are really moving ahead. The plan is for Mom to move to the new nursing care home first, and that'll happen someday next week, as soon as we get all the things ready for her room. They need a smaller TV, so that's being delivered, and all those little details. But yeah, I think possibly Tuesday, or possibly Wednesday, maybe Thursday. will be move-in day for her next week. And then Dad will join her in that nursing care home probably the week after, but we don't have a date set for that. So the goal for this weekend has been to really, really enjoy the weekend, make it a relaxing and fun Mother's Day weekend for her and for us to enjoy together. And so far it has been just a quiet and relaxing weekend. Like, all of the flurry of a lot of the things is finished. So we have been very relaxed. Starting Friday evening, we went into weekend mode, and yesterday, Saturday night for dinner, I ordered some of our favorite food for takeout. Our whole family loves Indian food. None of us can cook it, but we love to eat Indian food, and often for a birthday or for another special celebration time, we like to enjoy Indian takeout together. So I got curbside takeout from the local really delicious Indian restaurant here, and it's plenty enough food that we're gonna have dinner from that tonight, and depending on how hungry we are tonight, there might be enough left for someone to have a lunch later. But yeah, so I also was able to pick up some flowers when I did the grocery shopping. So I got some colorful flowers for her, which she loves. She really enjoys colorful, beautiful things, and she loves flowers. She doesn't really care whether they're artificial flowers or real flowers. She just loves all the flowers. So yeah. So that has been the weekend, and there has been a little more time and calm mental space and enough concentration to continue crafting. This is all that's left of the fourth ball. Here, this is my Branches and Buds pullover, a really lovely pattern by Carrie Bostic Hogue. And I'm using blacker yarn. It comes in 50-gram balls. This is the very end of the fourth ball of the main color, which is kind of a greenish gray, which I really love. I love a good gray. And I have 2 more 50-gram balls, and I still need sleeves. So I've been thinking about what to do. I have more of the other colors, so this idea came together in my head a couple days ago. I'm going to finish the end of this and then do just a couple, maybe 3 more rounds with a little bit of this ball, and then do a really thick, like maybe 3.5 inches, maybe about 8-ish centimeters of yellow ribbing for a contrast ribbing, and make it cropped. It's going to be cropped, and on a cropped, I think a long ribbing is kind of cool, and it'll be almost like a waistband. or something. It'll accentuate a waist and give me one. I hope. Anyway, that's whatever. But yeah, do that and then use the rest of this, because not going to use much of it before I start the ribbing. And then the other final 50-gram ball for the 2 sleeves. And I plan to make my sleeves kind of like bracelet length, which is I kind of like that for sleeves, because if I'm like rinsing dishes or washing my hands, I don't like the water to get all up on my sleeves, and I like to like wash my wrists a little bit too when I wash my hands. Also, I've always had short arms, so I've always had 2 long sleeves from anything I buy from a store. So like the 2 long sleeves is super annoying to me, so I kind of like to go the other direction and have like just a little bit short, a little bit too short, like bracelet length sleeves. Makes me really happy. So that's my plan. And then I can I'll wear another shirt under this. I'll wear a longer like t-shirt or anyway, I'll wear a long shirt under and then this crop sweater over the top, and I think that will be really cute. It's my plan. Also, I doubt you're going to be really surprised if you've been watching the channel for a while. If you're new, then it's all still new, but if you have been watching my videos for a little bit, you probably won't be surprised. More bookmarks. They have come back and are helping me get my crafting mojo back. I did 2 more of the fan bookmark, which is this lovely cascade of fans with a little fringy tassel at the end. I think they're gorgeous. And these are 2 finished ones. And this is one I started this morning. And I promise you, this really is a new one, even though you've seen one before in the same color. This is the first one in that color. So see, it really is another one. I'm not just bringing out the same one. So yeah, and the fan bookmark is a free pattern by Crochet Rue is her username, and I guess her internet handle. It is not a download from Ravelry, but there's a link. It's on the Crochet Rue crafting blog, and the link to the website is there in the pattern page. So I love it. I recommend it. And go Bookmarks. I am fully team Bookmark right now. Although I haven't been reading physical books. Again, I haven't gone back to picking up any physical books yet. Hopefully soon. I just needed a cold drink. Really. So I hope you are enjoying a cold or hot or any kind of beverage that you want. I hope you have something to enjoy. And I hope that your crafting is progressing. And if you've been struggling with your crafting mojo, I get it. And I think a lot of people are. Don't stress yourself or pressure yourself too much about it. And I'm sure it will come back in time, and I hope that you are finding other things that you enjoy. And if you are, let me know what those other things are. If you're trying anything new or just going back to some um, other hobbies or other things that you really like. And yeah, so let's talk about watching, because I haven't been reading anything, but I have been watching. And I got a wonderful recommendation from a really nice commenter on the last video who suggested the Some Good News channel on YouTube, which is videos made by the actor John Krasinski, who is a really good and really fun and funny actor. He was from The Office, and I think that's his most well-known thing so far. And on his opening episode, he even had Steve Carell Skype in for a little chat, and they had a little office reunion in the first part of that video. But his whole focus is to tell good news stories and talk about good human stories and the good parts of humanity and the good side of human nature, which is a lovely thing and something I think we really all need. Another recommendation that that she made in that comment was watching Jimmy Kimmel. And I like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't watch him regularly, and I haven't gotten to seek out some of those Jimmy Kimmel videos yet, but I'm sure I will. And I do like Jimmy Kimmel, so that's another good recommendation for some just good-natured comedy. And there were a couple of things that I have watched in the last couple of weeks that I forgot to tell you about. So I'm going to take care of that now and let you know. At the end of one of the very, very hardest days in this recent time was a really, really horrible day. And at the end of it, I really needed some comfort video, and I needed a nostalgic show. Somebody, I was talking on the phone to a family friend, and she said, well, why don't you get on Britbox, which is a premium channel on Amazon Prime. Now, there's a whole bunch on Amazon Prime Video that's just included with regular Prime, but they do have several premium sections of Prime Video, and one of them is Britbox in the United States, and it has just a whole catalog of wonderful British television. And I had really been missing a show that my family loved to watch in the 90s. I think it first aired in 1996, in the 90s and 2000s. So good. The Vicar of Dibley, which is totally hilarious. It is just one of the funniest things ever, and it's also really just nostalgic and sweet. It's if you've never watched it, it is set in a tiny English village, and they need a new vicar for their Anglican church. So the bishop sends them a woman vicar, and this was written and it aired like just a year after the first women um, vicars or reverends or priests, whatever, were ordained in the Church of England. So women vicars were a brand new thing at the time. And so this tiny little backwards village gets a woman vicar, and they just are like, what? Don't know what to make of it. But she is, she wins them over eventually, and she takes the tiny village by storm. And just all the characters are so, there's so much kookiness. They are the village town meetings, because a part of her duties as the vicar, because it's such a tiny town, one of her duties is actually to be on the town council. So she attends and is a member of the town council for all of the town council meetings, and the people on the council are just, it's Looney Tunes, but they're quirky and loony in the very, very best and extremely British way. It's the best. And those meetings, those town council meetings are priceless. And they get up to shenanigans, and it's just lovely. It's so good. And then it had 3 seasons, not a lot of episodes in a season, but it did have, or series. It had 3 series, but then, every 5 or 7 or 10 years, they would do a Christmas special or a Children in Need special to, and so they come back for specials through the years here and there. And, it's so good. And, at the end of like 2 or 3 of the very hardest days, that, at the end of the day, and, helping me get ready to and calm down to sleep, that got me through. And another thing that I discovered on Prime and watched some episodes of is a show called Upload, which is a comedy show. Well, drama comedy with maybe, I have a feeling they're building up a little intrigue. It's a kind of a genre mix, but it definitely is lighthearted and not that serious. But it does do the kind of drama comedy line a little bit. It's Upload, and it's about a virtual afterlife. There is a tech developer who is working on developing his own like open source virtual afterlife, where you have to still be alive to be uploaded, but the idea is like at the very end of your life, when you're just about to die, the technology can upload your mind into a virtual afterlife where you can have an eternal virtual afterlife in a virtual wonderland. And they're very expensive and very like exclusive, but he was actually working on an open source version of a virtual afterlife that could be accessible to the masses if they wanted. And then he has a tragic car accident, in a self-driving car and ends up being uploaded to I think it's called Lakeside. Anyway, one of the really posh virtual afterlives, kind of by his girlfriend. She has to pay for it because he did not have the money, but his girlfriend makes it happen, and she gets him uploaded into a virtual afterlife, and then it's about his time in the afterlife and adjusting to this virtual world and being a virtual person. And then there's also kind of a murder mystery because it turns out that accident in the self-driving car wasn't really an accident at all. So I think that's where some of the drama and maybe suspense side is going to come in. And he also is, he has help adjusting because obviously this is a very difficult adjustment to virtual life. And so every virtual person that's uploaded gets a guide. A customer service agent really is what it is, but the customer service agent is their guide and helper with adjusting and anything that they need in their virtual life. So yeah, it's kind of about him and the friendship he is developing with his virtual customer service guide, and it's just fun. It's weird. It's definitely weird. And the afterlife, the take on like an imaginary virtual afterlife is really pretty funny. I like what they can do with that idea. And yeah, and it's like half hour, like 24-minute episodes too, so they're not very long. Just like Vicar of Dibley, those are sitcom length, 24-minute episodes, so they don't take long, and they're short and sweet and fun and funny. And so yeah, that's Upload is the other one that I forgot to tell you about. I also am still enjoying Never Have I Ever. I've seen another couple episodes of that, and it's really good. Yeah, Never Have I Ever is still really good. And I think that covers all the chatty things. Yeah. I hope that you are doing well, and we will all get through this. And yeah, but take care and have some good crafting, and see you next time. Bye bye.